I want to welcome Secretary General Ban Ki-moon back to Jerusalem. The UN has a noble mandate to protect peace around the world, bring nations closer together. During his years of service, the Secretary General has traveled the globe many times in service of these ideals which Israel shares. I remember well when you came in Israel in 2013, you said that Israel and the Israeli people face some bias. That's an understatement. But you also said that Israel must be treated equally at the UN. I appreciate your candor and this clear moral stance. It was exemplified in your efforts to secure the final Palmer report, which was very important for Israel. And Mr. Secretary, I appreciate your personal efforts in that particular instance. Regrettably, the goal of treating Israel fairly remains unfulfilled across a wide spectrum of UN activities and UN forums. Your visit here comes as the UN Human Rights Council is meeting. As it always does, the Council will condemn Israel, the country that does more to promote and protect human rights and liberal values than any other in the blood-soaked Middle East. Our progressive democracy has faced more country-specific resolutions, more country-specific condemnations at the UN Human Rights Council than all the other countries combined. And I believe this is a profound betrayal of the United Nations noble mandate. So today I want to echo your words from 2013. Israel still faces bias at the UN. I know that your desire for all countries to be treated fairly and equally remains true today. I urge you to dedicate your last 6 months as the Secretary General of the United Nations in trying to right this wrong. And when I say that, it's not just for Israel's sake, it's for the credibility of the UN. Mr. Secretary, many, many years ago when I came to serve as Israel's ambassador to the UN, I gave a very brief speech. It was actually the shortest speech I gave, 3 minutes. And it was addressed to the efforts to expel Israel from the UN. It was an annual ritual at the time. And I said that what was at stake was not the future of Israel, but the future of the UN itself. Because if you can unfairly and in a biased way single out a country and apply to it what I call the Ostrakhan rule, which is just decide to kick them out, just decide to brand them as criminal or whatever, you can apply that same principle to any other country. And this served as the downfall of the Athenian Assembly, the first such body on which all of our parliaments and the UN itself is modeled after. And I believe that this Ostrakhan problem, the singling out of Israel and the unfair treatment that it receives, is a palpable threat to the future of the UN and not just for the interests of our country. I want to thank you, Mr. Secretary, for agreeing to meet with the Golden, Shaul, and Mengistu families. Hamas is cruelly and illegally holding the remains of our soldiers and holding our citizens. I ask you to use your standing to help return home these soldiers and these citizens. It's a humanitarian position, an elementary humanitarian requirement that Hamas, in its criminal activities, is of course throwing into the winds. Hamas is a terrorist organization. Hamas has genocidal aims. It doesn't merely practice terrorism. It says openly that its goal is to wipe away from the face of the earth a member state of the United Nations. I hope the UN will highlight Hamas's crimes and understand that our security measures are aimed only at keeping our citizens safe from this threat. And we use judicious force in this regard. I don't know what any other country faced with thousands of rockets and missiles aimed at our citizens, at our children, would do differently. Many have done it differently, and they have not used the restraint and responsibility that Israel uses. I know you're aware of all this. We've spoken about it many, many times. We've had many meetings and many productive meetings. And once again, I want to thank you for your many years of dedicated service to diplomacy and to the advancement of noble ideals, however distant they are today. Again, I want to thank you, and I want to welcome you to Jerusalem, Mr. Secretary. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen of the media, Shalom. Thank you for your very warm welcome and very kind words about me and the United Nations. I know you are just back from Rome. Let me begin by commending your leadership in restoring full diplomatic relationship with Turkey. The countries of the region need more dialogue and engagement, and this news is a welcome step and a hopeful sign. Mr. Prime Minister, I'm pleased to be in Israel for my 11th visit as the Secretary General of the United Nations. It's exactly the same number I have been visiting my home country, Korea. But there are not many countries where I have been visiting 11 times.
Do you do it en route?
Yeah. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of visiting Tel Aviv University, where I met researchers and entrepreneurs developing innovative solutions to some of the world's biggest challenges. I'm proud that during my term as a Secretary General, cooperation between Israel and the United Nations has deepened in a variety of fields, including the promotion of sustainable development goals. In addition, just this month, the permanent representative of Israel, Ambassador Danon, was elected chair of one of the 6 main committees of the General Assembly of the United Nations, comprised of all member states. I am very happy to see that Israel has been expanding its presence and role in the United Nations during the last 10 years, in fact, beginning from my term. I'm not claiming any credit about this, but it is a recognition on the role of Israel in the United Nations. That is very encouraging one. Mr. Prime Minister, my last visit to Jerusalem last October, last year, took place during the peak of recent wave of violence. The frequency of terror attacks and clashes have decreased. Yet, we must not mistake short-term quiet for a long-term solution. We must not allow difficulties to become excuses for inaction. The risk of renewed violence remains high, and sadly, attacks continue, such as the deadly shooting in Tel Aviv earlier this month. Stabbings, vehicle rammings, and shootings have only one name: terrorism. Incitement to such acts and glorification of their perpetrators are unacceptable and must stop. But Mr. Prime Minister, security measures alone can never be enough to solve the underlying causes of the cycles of violence that the Israelis and Palestinian people have been struggling with. To do that, you need hope. You need a political horizon. You need the leadership that is committed to peace and the just and the lasting solution. We cannot ignore key underlying causes of violence: growing Palestinian anger, the paralysis of the peace process, the nearly a half-century of occupation. None of these causes justify terror. They can only be resolved through bold political action. After nearly 10 years as Secretary General, I can proudly say that I have always been a committed friend of Israel. I have worked hard to show in word and in deed my sincere friendship for Israel. My conversation with you, Mr. Prime Minister, have helped me understand Israel's frustrations and fears. The frustrations that sometimes your country is held to a different standard at the United Nations. The fear that your country and people are under constant threat. At the same time, Mr. Prime Minister, I encourage you to take the courageous steps necessary to prevent a one-state reality of perpetual conflict that is incompatible with realizing the national aspirations of Israelis and Palestinian people. No solutions to the conflict will be possible without the recognition that both the Palestinians and Jews have an undeniable historic and religious connection to this land. No solutions can come through violence. It must be based on mutual respect and the recognition of the legitimate aspirations of both the peoples. No solutions can be imposed from the outside. It must be based on direct negotiations on the final status issues. The international community can and must support all these efforts. I pledge my full commitment. This may be my last year as a Secretary General, but I will work until the last minute of my mandate for peace, security, and justice and dignity for the people of Israel and Palestine. Thank you, and Toda. Thank you.